Do you ever have one of those days where nothing turned into everything? What I mean is, I get up this morning, it was a beautiful fall day. A little chilly, but a nice day nonetheless. A little bright right now, too. A little bright nonetheless. And I really had not much to do other than these videos. I had to, my father's still here, so we wanted to have breakfast or lunch with James and Curtis, which we will do soon. But other than that, I didn't have a whole lot to do. And I said to myself, I broke my case on my phone. I'm going to go up and get a new case for my phone at the mall, which I did. Let me just drop something here on the floor, which I did. And from there it was, well, you know what? The grocery store is across the street. That new grocery store is across the street from the mall. Why don't we go over there? And you know what? The kids need a snowsuit. Why don't we go get that for them? And because, although all the snow is gone now, which I'm happy about, this morning it was a winter wonderland here in Ontario. There was snow everywhere. It was snowing last night. It was snowing this morning, but it's gone up to, it's only 3 degrees, but all the snow is gone. All the snow is gone here in Ontario, but I suspect it will be back in a more permanent fashion soon enough. Sitting here this morning in this car before Amy and I got to doing a ton of stuff, checking the horses out, where they are, where they need to go, who's coming back in soon, who can go out soon, where the horses need to move now and soon. Before we get into all that and really turned a quiet video session into a marathon, it was actually nice this morning. Got up, just got a few videos to do. Want to get to that. Got to take my father out to have lunch with James and Curtis. Obviously, my father doesn't get up that often, and we didn't get to see James that much when he was up. He didn't get to see James that much. James didn't come to Harrisburg. Saw Curtis plenty, but not James. Want to see his grandchildren that are with Curtis. His grandchildren, that his grandchild in Griffey is with James. So it ended up snowballing, literally, into this busy day. Now it's almost 1 o'clock. Football's starting. I got a ton of videos still to do. But I still had time to reflect. Last night with Sintra, how lucky we were with him. What kind of year we've had on the track. Not just the 2-year-olds, but the racehorses. A banner year for the stable in general, in every jurisdiction we raced in. We were present everywhere. People saw us everywhere. We did well in many, many places. Our 2-year-olds towed the line. Held the line for the stable, allowed us to become an entity. We're not there yet. We're not world class yet. Yes, you can see the pedigrees we bought. I see the pedigrees we bought, but we're still the stable. We're not the stable yet, and it's coming. We're getting there. These are, it took 8 years to get to here, and we got here, and now it's just this little creep forward. And, Amy's always concerned that we moved too quick. And I always was too, but I always thought the allure of the stable was what we did and people trying to figure out how we did it, how they could duplicate it. And I hope they try. I've written articles about it, talked about it incessantly all the time, on TV, in air, in videos. I wish people would do more. I'm very concerned about a trainer shortage that's coming, and I think now is the time, before everything gets chaotic and gets bad, because this is something I don't think anybody can fix. Trainer shortage is like having a plumber shortage. You just can't train people to fix stuff, right? You saw me try and do that for a week, and that's one pipe in one bathroom. Like people like me, I would sell this house if all the bathrooms didn't work right. Plumbers are hard to come by, right? Anybody. Think of all the trades that are in your town. And those are people like plumbers are sought after. You can go to school to be a plumber. It's a thing. There's no courses to take to be a trainer. And, God help this industry if we start losing trainers. There's just nowhere to pick them up. So a transition is underway. Hopefully people will start to pay attention to what is right in front of them at least one more time, at least this time, when it comes to this industry, because this isn't a problem we can just fix. This is a generational problem that we can only do the best to stem the tide that is coming. And when it comes to the horses, you see the horse shortages everywhere. You know, I know that during Jug Week they're saying, "Oh, there's no shortage in Ohio." Well, I get the text from Dayton and the ones from Northfield. There is most definitely a horse shortage everywhere in North America, and an owner shortage that obviously we're trying to mitigate. We were so excited during Harrisburg. We added our 14th country. Our newest client, well, it wasn't new. It was new 4 days ago, but not newest now. We've added 5 clients since then. Our newest client at that point was a lady from Finland. Thank you very much for joining up. Great to have Finland involved with the stable.ca also. Just so excited about what we've been able to do. You know, this is the time of year where, you know, I'm chipper right now, but things are going to start to get really tight around the 1st of December when I actually have to pay for all the Harrisburg stuff. Everything else was paid for, which is amazing. This is the first year I've never had to really, you know, work hard to do it. We've made the right decision selling horses, and we have some more horses to sell. I touched on a couple of them this week. You guys know who they are. And that's the beauty of what we're doing, is that you are now understanding the importance of the turnover, right? The importance of moving some of the horses out and bringing new horses in. We just bagged our newest horse, right? Looks Like Money. That horse was, I believe, a very good purchase all the way from Harrisburg. Was racing on the East Coast. Almost a carbon copy duplicate of Locatelli's situation last year. 3-4 wins, raced in the Hambo, high-priced yearling. This was a homebred that was kept over. Mark of 51-4. Only difference is, Looks Like Money won at Yonkers 2 starts going 55, so this guy can get around half. Whereas Locatelli never tried, I don't think. Nor would I be comfortable trying him. He's more of a big track horse. 2 different builds, 2 different horses, but on paper, very, 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 very similar. You could almost scratch out one name and put the other one in, and no one would notice if you did it like that. So very, very interested in what we picked up with Looks Like Money. Very nice horse. When I look at the horses we did pick up, you know, as I said, we have 62 or 63 yearlings. It's been a while since we got up that high. The last 2 years, it was low 50s, high 40s. We had a bunch a year before, but again, those were a watered down crop. And, you know, when I look at the horses we have, these are not watered down horses at all. You know, I'll just pick out a couple. We have Arson, three-quarter brother to Charleston, who raced last night in the kindergarten final. Very nice horse in his own right. Blanton's Blue. There's the brother to Mambasita, who I watched the race last night, was begging for room and never found any. Ended up making a break. Just a very, very nice filly. This is her younger brother by Chapter 7. She's a tactical landing filly. Cowboy by the Sea. This is the 3/4 brother to Captain Cowgirl. Amazing 2 and 3-year-old. Flash Fly. Here's a sister to Fashion Woodchopper. Her brother sold for $610,000 last year. Goldbug Hanover. This is Locatelli's sister. The other sister, Gatka Hanover, is the mother of Gaines Hanover, who just won the Breeders' Crown. Great bet. Seeing what the brother to the horse we were bidding on, Greatest Ending. This is his brother right here. Insider Trading. JL Cruz's sister. Right here. Lonely Lakewood. His sister sold for $500,000. Done her racing career heading to the breeding shed, I believe, in Selfie Queen. This is her brother, right here. Memory and Imagination. First foal from a $450,000 mare, who is a sister to Solvig, the mother of Price for Landing, who we had in that entire line. I keep bringing him up because he's our boy. He's our last 2-year-old still standing right now, still racing. Militant. The charming filly Dave Maneri had that made $1 million. This is the brother. So another sibling to $1 million winner. Pickpocket, a Walner, Prince Charmer, yes. Pull the Shoes out of a sister to 6-pack. Not a bad horse. Well, we got Punch the Clock. Most expensive horse we ever bought. The sister to King of the North. I wonder what she's worth now. Because remember, we bought Punch the Clock for $180,000 in Lexington, and that was weeks before he won the Breeders' Crown Elimination and Final. was second in the race in Dover. Sold as a stud that I'm hearing in Indiana. We bought her for that before all this took place. When we bought her, he was 0 for 11 in 2023. A long shot in the Breeders' Crown. And now has emerged again, not only as a world champion, not only as a Breeders' Crown champion, but one of the nicest 3-year-olds in North America. We have a sister. And I don't have to tell you guys this stuff. I mean, it feels nice to say it. What the hell? We have his brother. Right here. Ready for landing. Tactical landing brother to What the Hill, the sire himself. Now, you want to go a little lower scale. We have Purple People here. There's Purple Aura's brother, sister for us. Really don't care. One of the most undervalued horses we bought, and still was $70,000. Day 1, Chapter 7 purchase. Really, really, really nice filly. 3rd and 6. Time is on my side. There's a brother to Forever Boy. Most expensive pacer we've ever bought. Both trotter and pacer this year. This is a 3/4. No, who's he by? No, half brother, right? I thought he was a Mickey, but he's not. At least a half brother to Forever Boy. That entire family is fantastic. Just super excited about this horse. And we got Slim Jimmy's brother. Maybe not on the world stage a big deal, but he was a big deal to us. These are the horses we've already purchased this year. You can't ask for much more than that. 2-year-olds coming back, just to refresh your memory. Austral Hanover, 6 for 7 in the top 3, 65,000 jogged in the Stallion Series final. Brace for Landing, Carter Michael Dio, Crantini, Cutie Cumber. Don't leave out Cutie Cumber. I think you're going to be impressed with Cutie Cumber in 2023. Gandalf took a mark at 54. He's coming back. Horn Player, Landing Pad, Landing Strip. More Than You Know, we forgot about him. Paced 54 a couple of times, took a mark of 54 as a 2-year-old. He's coming back. Smoking Hot Irish Girl. I guess she didn't show everybody a ton in 2022, but I have high hopes for her. Spitfire Overseas did. One of a handful of Breeders' Crown horses we've ever had. This is him. He's coming back. Swinging Senorita, first horse we ever had that made $200,000 in a year. She's coming back. Tactical Mounds trotted 55 at least twice. She'll be coming back. Tailgate Buzz, 3rd in the final. Had a great year this year, season for us. The bar hopping brother to Taiwan On, Tipsy and Dixie. Just so many nice horses in the barn right now. And then you switch to the aged horses, or 3 turning 4 at least. How the Hell's taking a mark at 55. JK Mickey Mantle. Matt's MVP's taking a mark at 55 and 1. Procrastinator's on his way back. Red Overbach, we purchased him. He's a nice horse. Resolute Bay made like $115,000, won 6 races in a row. And then one of the biggest turnarounds of the entire year was Renegade Gypsy. Turned into a solid looking trotter. And I guess if you put him beside all of our horses, looks like one of our top prospects as a 4-year-old now. He's come a long way, this horse, in a short period of time. As I said, him, Red Overbach, Resolute Bay, all very, very good horses. Now, we had some bad news with 3 Point Blue Chip. He injured himself, made it all the way back. It was going to turn into this amazing story, and then didn't quite make it back. He didn't really break the foot, but he's sore on it. As I said to Tom, why don't we do right by the horse? There is an opening in New York. When we test the waters, his mother was Broodmare of the Year last year. The horse won the matron. Clearly documented what happened to him as a 3-year-old. All you need is a couple of quotes from Andy and Julie talking about how well he trained. Ask James how well he raced in the maiden. He's already got the pedigree to be a stud. He looks like a stud. When you look at him, that's how horses are supposed to look. So we're going to breed 3 Point Blue Chip in 2023 in New York. I did what any idiot would do in my place. I went out and bought a broodmare that crossed very well with 3 Point Blue Chip. And I know this because we have good clients that can look at crosses. I'm not that guy. I don't have that pedigree program. There's enough stuff in my head. I don't need that. I rely on people that know what they're doing. Alan, Steve, a never-ending supply of people that know their breeding crosses. And when we look at State Park S, a filly from Sweden that I bought in foal to Volstead by Nuncio. When you look at the Nuncio mare, she crosses perfectly with 3-point blue chip, I was told. Fantastic. So State Park is ours now. We'll be putting some shares up at State Park to either on Sunday, yesterday, or today for you guys. So we've had a number of clients. And this is what I love about our clients. The breeding game is tough. It's mean. But because our clients love horse racing, love horses, they want to be a part of every facet, just like I do. This will be the first year ever we'll have one, if not two studs. Don't count out Kings County. I don't know what we're going to do with him yet. And he's racing, don't get me wrong. The horse has been amazing. I know that Stacy asked me if I'd go drive the horse at the Meadows if Brett couldn't make it this week. I said, yeah, hopefully Brett can make it. But if he can't, then yeah, okay, it's no problem. I like the fact that she's thinking outside the box. Don't just be given the 8 and 9 hole every week to race out of in Dayton. You can't do that every week. Pennsylvania, they're not going to give them the 8 or 9 hole. If they do, it'll probably be 6 or 7 because that's all that's in it. So we'll see if that race fills this week. But I do have a number of people saying, hey, Anthony, you talk about 3-point blue chip. Kings County is a Muscle Hill, $170,000 yearling, blue-blooded horse, looks like a monster, took a mark of 51-4 and made almost $500,000 and will get to $500,000. Will probably get to $200,000 this year. Why wouldn't you breed him? We can't just keep breeding everything, obviously, but at the same token, he's right on the Kentucky border. We do have mares. They probably cross really well with the son of Muscle Hill. Again, I don't know enough about it, and I don't want to start just going down that rabbit hole. That's problems 3 years from now. You're digging holes looking for problems 3 years from now. But at the same token, it's an interesting proposition. You know, he can't go forever. He's 6. Turning 7, I believe. No, maybe 5 turning 6. I'm not sure. I can look quite easily. Kings County is 6 turning 7. Muscle Hill out of Brooklyn. I was the underbidder on his brother. Greg Luther got him. Good luck with him, Greg. Good looking colt. He was a Father Patrick. So we look at all the horses again. We never stop. Wildo in Hanover. That's an ongoing situation. What are we going to do with her? Where's she going to go? I think I have a pretty good idea after watching the mare sell in Harrisburg what she's worth. I said to Steve, we looked at some horses and they sold from around 60 to 80 upwards a little higher. And then into the ring came a Cantab Hall filly in foal to Walner. Very similar pedigree. And in fairness to the filly, maybe a little stronger pedigree. She was a Spider blue chip family. Very strong family also. Now, there wasn't a $2 million winner and a $1 million winner in the second and third dam. Will to Win would be the first. But nevertheless, still a very, very strong family. That filly sold in full to Walnut for $205,000. So I don't, and you're not going to say, oh, she's a better looking filly. I would put Will to Win's looks against any horse on planet Earth. She is a giant. She looks amazing. She's got a slick gait. So I'm not too worried about it. Steve sat here and broke the math down to me. It makes sense. You know, to play it fair and play it safe, it makes sense what he said. But at the same token, I'm still not going to give the filly away. So that's an ongoing situation. A good one to have. Good as him. There's the full brother to Father Patrick that we have. He looks good. Good winner the other day in 55. Trip worked out great for him. Locatelli. James took Locatelli over Logan Park in the Open on Monday. So what's that tell you? Harry Polton's stock is rising. I'm so, very proud, of what Harry's accomplished, but so excited to watch him do his work. Here's a guy that's been around the industry much, much, much longer than me and has clearly rekindled the love for the industry in a way that it's exactly what we tried to do. Harry is the Sintra of the human world. So excited for him. As I said, Macho Martini, we got to get him back on track. Globetrotting, yeah, we had to retire 5 weeks before we were going to anyway. So she missed 5 starts out of her life. Very telling. Here's Globetrotting as a 5-year-old. That won't happen again. Into their 4-year-old season, fine. We have to take a real close look. And actually, the Aglariam and Globetrotting situations is exactly why Sweet on Pete and Purple Aura went up for sale and Taiwan on. We need to learn as we grow. And I think we are. Holding the Tone, super excited for this guy. Trained him the other day. I really like this horse. Sailor again, got to find a spot for him. Hopefully he can do in that optional 35 claimer at Mohawk, because that would be great to be able to leave him here. He looks good. As I said, stay close. Schooled the other day in 58. He's close. White Tiger trotted 52 flat, come 27 seconds flat the other day. He looked good. Trying to get Yes back on track. Patrick DePron, a big update. He's heading to Dayton with Stacy and Brett. Just can't get him in regularly. You don't really want to race him at Saratoga all winter. And with Plain Ridge closing, you know, Mark, does he really want to go all the way to the Meadowlands, or maybe Yonkers again, half-mile track? There's Dayton right there. We have Dover and Dayton, 2 Ds, pretty much our options. And again, here's another horse that might need a rest at some point. But I think Brett and Stacy, small enough operation, a little farm at their home also. He spends a lot of time in the field, this horse, so made all the sense in the world. It really wasn't. It was a short discussion with myself in my head before we figured out quite quickly that it was going to be Dayton. So he'll be joining, Patrick DePrano will be joining Brett Miller and Stacy Miller in Dayton, Ohio. Per Lucky, out for another couple of weeks, and we'll bring him back, jog him up. He's a horse that could go to Dover pretty easily. And then took a dive off. Dipper's racing tonight. He's been a pretty good horse. We're just trying to find his spot. Looks like he fits in Northfield. We'll see. And then Sintra. Man, does he ever fit? I know everybody. I got a million messages last night. Is James going to race this horse? Are we just going to turn him out on the track? All very clever comments. Some of them came from me too. It looked like he was going to get through. And in fairness to James, I was pissed off after the race too when I got to see the race. But when he didn't move him in that particular race in the last turn, I thought he would get out. The way it looked like it was going to move, I looked right at Dad and I said, this actually might work out. And then it didn't. Of course, I was mad after, but that's my hindsight too. When I watched the race, I'm like, he's being super conservative, but I think this will work. And it just didn't. It didn't work out. So, this is 2 weeks in a row. He finished the race with the earplugs buried in his ears. So he should be good. So now we have Sintra on fire here at Mohawk, itching and looking like a winner in the very near future. Patrick DePrano, who's sharp as a tack, qualified in 55, I believe, at Saratoga, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to race at Dayton next Saturday night. No free lunch. We don't talk enough about this guy. Not for nothing. And for those of you worried in the future, No Free Lunch broke his foot at 3, if you remember. Came back, raced at the end of his season, and then as a 4-year-old has come to life. Harry did probably one of the best jobs I've ever seen with this horse in the summer. His blood was screwed up, and he was upfront about it. And I told Harry, we can talk about it. And I know there was a lot of people antsy in August saying, hey, where's No Free Lunch? Is he hurt? What's wrong with him? And I had to keep telling them, his blood work isn't great. We're working on it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. We took care of the horse. For whatever reason, that blood work was screwed up. He come back good. He come back real good. And as soon as we his blood good, Harry qualified him. And here's the remnants of that. The horse, we literally stood up because it looked like he was going to go by. But he was going by Mappos Lion. 150,000 made this year. Mark, 49? Maybe faster. Just got beat at the wire, but he raced amazing. Got shoved 3 deep in the last turn, all the way around the latter part of the last turn, all the way down the lane, coming again at the wire. His last half had to be 53 and a piece, 54. Had to be 53 and a piece. Had to be. The horse looked amazing. Now, how good is Harry's barn right now? He's got an open trotter in Locatelli. He's got at least one open pacer in Sintra. And it's not hard to believe that maybe at some point down the road, No Free Lunch might find his way in there. Also, the way he's been racing. Horse has been incredible. We just had a tremendous year. Sintra, Patrick DePrana, No Free Lunch, Locatelli, White Tiger, good as him, Kings County, and now Looks Like Money, our newest horse. Eager to see what he's going to do. He is going to join Harry's barn because we are going to move some horses out. I may have to send How the Hell somewhere. May have to. Want to get him checked by the vet on Tuesday first. We'll see what we're going to do with him in the very near future. Atlas Hanover. Don't talk enough about Atlas Hanover. How's he not on this list? Atlas Hanover didn't get in the matron. We opted not for the Progress. Just looks a little salty this year. It looks like everybody hung around for the 3-year-old end of the year. So Jimmy's going to race him in the non-winners of 4. He can win 3 races in Dover. We'll see how that plays out. What kind of a find was he? J.K. Mickey Mantle, somebody said to me yesterday, it's been a bit disappointing since we bought him. Really? He's made 20,000. He's paced 50 and 1 at Mohawk. I think the horse is finding his way as a 3-year-old into his 4-year-old season. I think he's going to be a very good horse for us. I'm super excited about J.K. Mickey Mantle. And very excited about Atlas Hanover. I think we get 2 nice horses there. You know, as I said, when we look at the entire body of work of what we've done here at the stable this year, and this isn't me saying this is what I done, this is what the stable did. This is you. All of what I've talked about can't be done without everybody out there. And there's probably are some people that are angry. Maybe the year didn't go the way they wanted. Maybe they're leaving. For the most part, for everybody out there, you've played a major role. Every single one of you. I hear it all the time. Oh, I'm only a 1% owner. Do you know how many 1% owners we have? We have almost 1,000 clients without everybody. The 1% owners, the bigger owners, the smaller owners. Without this operation running the way it does with you, there's no stable. There's no Sintra. I can't buy that horse on a whim. There's no Patrick de Perron. I can't buy that horse. Right? There's no Locatelli. There's no Kings County. There's no looks like money. That's for sure. Our 2-year-olds. That's all you. And I say it all the time. You know, I'm humbled by the confidence our clients have in us. We can't do everything right. We can't appease everybody, but we can only do the best we can. And I hope at the end of the day, happy or unhappy, everybody recognizes that I'm only human and I do the best I can. So I am super excited about 2023. 2022 was mind-blowing for me. It allowed us to actually open the door to that world-class room that everybody wants to look in. Some people get in there because they're born into it. Some people earn their way in there. Some people built it. But people like us, we get to scratch and claw at the door until somebody lets us in. And in 2022, that door opened a little bit. We can start to see in there. Pedigrees that we have, we're going to get in there. And hopefully, if we have a good 2023, we can stay in there. So, with that, that's my opening. I have a yearling video done for you guys. I have a couple of cool little videos that we're going to post. I'm going to do a 2-year-old video, a 3-year-old video. I'm going to talk about all the barns, but for now, that is your opening. Again, the message of the day, thank you very much for allowing us to do what we do. Thank you for Lexington. Thank you for Ohio. Thank you for London. And especially at the end of the year when everything gets a little tight, thank you all very much for Harrisburg. So I'll talk to you all very soon. I hope you had a great weekend. It is a beautiful fall day, actually. A beautiful fall day at the mall. Amy, I could see her. She was getting the hives a little bit. Little cringy because it dawned on me all at once. They're blasting the Christmas music in the mall. So that is maybe what made my day. Christmas is coming, and if I'm anything, I am a Christmas guy. So for those of you out there in the same boat as me that are Christmas people, welcome to Christmas season. It's November, mid-November, only 5 weeks away, and we'll all be celebrating Christmas. So thank you all again. Have a great day. Take care.